Yo, what is going on, guys? It is a early morning here today, but I had to do this video. I've been ready to do this video. We just got the usage stats for the last cycle shift of tiering, and so I decided to make another video talking about the OU tier, giving my own personal OU tier list, how I feel about some of these Pokemon, what I think may be broken, what I think could come back to the meta game. We're going to be talking about, the usage statistics, going through the viability rankings, and also looking at tournament stats. So I make one video like this like every 2 or 3 months, and it usually has a lot of success just because it's pretty good to just sit there and like look over each Pokemon individually, because sometimes you just gloss over Mons and you be like, wow, it's just crazy. Because look at this immediately. You can see Jirachi at 18th. 9 to 10% usage. I would never expect that. So sometimes it's good to just sit there, look at the usage stats. But yes, we're gonna go over this, give my personal account of basically my experience with every mon, what I think is good right now, what I think is garbage right now, and basically that. So let's get into it. Before I get into it, I do gotta say, go check out the agency, the all agency first team merchandise, guys. You showed so much love. I gotta say, in the last 24 hours, we sold not 100, we sold not 200, but we sold 300 garments, which is just incredible. You guys are loving the collection. This is easily the best collection we ever dropped so far, with the front and back design. But yes, we got bombers, we got t-shirts, we got hoodies. Go check that out. Like we said, for every piece of merchandise we sell, I'll be contributing $1 to quarantine relief. So we've already sold 300 pieces, which is just mind-blowing. But go check that out. Like I said, we got bombers, and don't sleep on this navy blue bomber. I did say the red bomber was the best piece, and it's hot, but there's a reason that I designed this piece. And you want to know why I designed this piece? I'm gonna show you why right now. Because back in January, I bought these shoes. That's right, Jordan 1 Storm Blues. Please do not call them the Royals. Please do not call them the Royals. I bought these Storm Blues back in January, but it was disgusting in January, so I didn't have a chance to wear them. Now we're all stuck indoors, and I can't wear them. So I had to design the best piece to match. So you know what I'm saying? Don't sleep. Go get the navy. We got hoodies. We got tees. Okay, let's get back into the video. So again, just want to say, appreciate you guys. Thank you for so much love. So much, bro. I can't even talk. Shout out to the agency. Let's get back into it. So, looking at this, let's see. Oh, and I will be streaming later tonight. Okay, so OU. Let's go through it, man. Let's just jump into the viability rankings straight off the bat, and we can see Clef and Corviknight remain at the top. Very obvious, with Clef clearly being superior to Corviknight now. There's no question. I think Corviknight has definitely fallen off in terms of how good it was. It's still amazing, easily S rank, but it's not the top. Then I saw the usage stats, man. What is this? What is this? You're telling me Clefable has 45.6? This is unbelievable. Dragapult had 40 or like 37 or something at number 1, but this is like unbelievable, unprecedented. Clefable with 46% usage in the tier. 46. It's just like, how can a mon have this much usage? And it's all because of the teleport set, which I think is extremely broken and extremely uncompetitive. Straight off the bat, I think Clef has really turned this metagame so boring because of teleport. I don't think any of its other sets are really good. I don't think Calm Mind is that good. I don't think Stealth Rock is that good. I think Unaware Aromatherapy type stuff can be annoying. CTC beat me with that before, but I mean, the best set is this Wish, Protect, Magic Guard, Teleport. It's just too annoying, and it's incredible to me that 45.6% usage is just stupid. We're gonna look at the usage based tier. So these are for the last so these are for April usage. OU, you can see Clef at 45.6, right? These are 1695, right? I want to see, man, it's just like, dude, how is this possible? How can this one have 45.6% usage? We need to look at the Smoke on Tour. Oh my god. Oh my lord, it had 68% usage. Dude, this is unprecedented usage. So these are the statistics. This SM123, but I want to see SS. Oh, this is all of them. Holy cow. So these are each individual. So every single tournament used around 68, 70, and then 66% of Clefables. Like I said, unprecedentedly high usage. So what do I think about that, guys? I think this mon is truly uncompetitive in the metagame. I think it's really ruining the game. Like easily it's ruining the game. It's really making this game not fun to play. And 45.6% usage is not fair for any mon. And look at the tour usage, 68%. You think that's fair for an like a mon to be used on average more than 2 out of 3 games you play? 68%. That's more than 2/3. Like, it's just unbelievable. This mon is definitely uncompetitive. It's definitely not fun to use. I hope at some point they just ban it. I think they should suspect test it. I think the Smogon OU Council was on the right track with retesting Melmetal, which was worth retesting because we should have seen if it alone was broken or not. But it also in turn helped defeat Clefable a little bit. But we either have to wait until June DLC for Clefable to be stopped, or I don't know. Either they stop it in June DLC, or I really don't know, because this thing is a complete demon. Like, what is this? Holy cow, 45.6% usage. It's like there's no reason not to run it. And I mean, like, you even look at my teams, right? Like, you can see, like, I have mad Clef teams, you know? Like, because it's just an easy mon to, like, just put on teams, you know what I mean? Actually, to be honest, I don't be using Clef that much. Oh, well, I lost my teams too. But if I had more, like, tryhard teams, I definitely have more Clefs, because there's really no downside to running this set. There really is. This is just the set they're talking about. Max Spadef, Wish Protect. Like, there's no downside to this. It's very easy to get away with. It's very easy to teleport Wishes. Wait till Teleport Slowbro comes out. I think I was talking to Finchinator about that. He told me that shit's broken. I was like, I thought about it in my head, and I was like, Teleport Regenerator, wow. But we'll talk about that in the June meta recap. But anyway, yes, Clefable, I don't know what you're doing at 45.6% usage. Like, that's just disgusting. Cheap mon. Next, Corviknight, 28% usage. He has definitely gone down a bit, which is good, I guess. I mean, it's just like interesting that you know, it's changed like this. I'm actually trying to find the February usage stats. Oh damn, so these are for April. This is Feb, so it's a little bit different, but you can see how the metagame has changed. So this is February, this is April, I don't have March, whatever. But you can see how the metagame has changed. Dragapult at once was at 39% usage, which was like insane. And you can see like Clefable, then Corviknight, but now it's like just different. There's like Zeraora, Fish is in here, Rotom-Heat is cracked in here, Mandibuzz is nowhere to be found, you know? Like, Hydreigon is nowhere to be found. Look at Hydreigon. Oh, he's 11th, but still. But Corviknight 28%. I mean, Corv is still one hell of a mon. I spam it on many teams. In fact, I spam it more than Clefable, likely. Yeah, it's one of my most abused Pokemon for sure. It's an incredible glue with Defog, Roost, U-Turn, and then, you know, Iron Head, Body Press, Brave Bird, whatever you need. It's just like, it's just good, dude. It just gets the job done. There's literally never been a mon that feels so good to defog with. And Torn T doesn't count. This thing is the easiest mon I've ever used to defog with. Hazard removal has never been easier than with this mon, with pressure. Amazing typing. What looks to be a mediocre stat spread, but is actually broken. Like, it's still a fantastic mon. Looking at the tournament usage, it has 55% usage. Jeez, man. Let me look at the cumulative. 52% usage, which, okay, that's just like ridiculous. But it's just one of those mons that walls like Excadrill and Ferrothorn at like the same time. So it's like, why shouldn't you use it? And so that's really like what it is. Sorry, this is February's usage. Why do I have this open? But yeah. We're just going to gloss over Corviknight because there's really not much to say. I still think Bulk Up is a great set, but Dragapult still has a high usage, lots of Zeraoras, lots of Rotom-Heat. I don't think Bulk Up is as good as the just default defensive set. I think Physical Defense is a really good set lately. A lot of Bisharps. Look at this. Bisharp is number 12 in usage, which we're going to talk about, and it greatly deserves number 12 in usage. But yeah. Dragapult number 3, 27%. So we look at tournament statistics, and Dragapult is number 7th, which I thought was really interesting. Still has similar usage at 24% versus 27%, but again, number 7. So people think mons like Kyurem, Aegislash, Kommo-o, and Zeraora are all superior in a tournament setting. You want to know what's interesting? These 6 is like a known team. Literally, this is like a used team. Clef, Corviknight, I think, or maybe like there's like Toxapex over the Kyurem or something. But anyway, yeah, this is literally like a spammed team, just to give you an idea of how stale this metagame is. Sorry, I need to drink some water. My voice sounds so dry. Hold up. Okay, that sounds better. So either way, like I said, Dragapult number 3 on ladder statistics, but in tournament, it's only number 7. But let's look back to viability. So A rank, we have all these guys because I want to try to compare from all 3, and the viability rankings are very, very important. And I agree that Dragapult is A+. It is. It's actually gotten better. People were really only running that Wisp Hex Draco set, and then people started to realize that, oh no, Dragapult's specs and Scarf are still very, very good. Don't get me wrong, Wisp Hex is probably the best set, but Dragon Dance and Specs and Scarf are still very, very good. And Dragon Dance is really good. People are really starting to just use Dragon Dance more because Dragon Darts is just such a strong nuke. Dragapult usage is still the same for me. I mean, it's always been my favorite, like one of my favorite glues. I think it's a need on every HO team for the most part. You should just bring a Dragapult. You don't really lose much. Specs has always been a great set for me using these 4 moves. You can run Thunderbolt if you want, but yeah, I've always had a lot of success running Dragapult. It's literally never let me down for the most part. Or like the few times it has, it's totally done its job more. So yeah, Dragapult is definitely a great glue mon. I guess in tournament people don't use it because it loses to the best mon in the game, Clef, if it's special. It's just how it is. Life Orb destroys Clef because +1 Steel Wing just OHKOs Clef flat. It's not even a roll. Corviknight also can deal with Dragapult unless it's Specs Fire Blast. But besides that, Dragapult still murks the rest of the metagame. There's not really good ghost resists. Hydreigon and Bisharp don't want to switch in. T-Tar has very low usage because it's not that good. So yeah, shout out to Dragapult, still an amazing mon. 27%. Seismitoad at 26%. So we're looking at this, right? We're looking at this, and they got Seismitoad in A rank. However, usage got him at 4. 26%. We look at the usage statistics here, as Seismitoad is number 8, 24% as well. I think Seismitoad is definitely A+. Maybe the viability rankings are saying how much utility it provides. I mean, Seismitoad probably doesn't provide as much utility in theory as something like Aegislash and Kommo-o, but it walls mons that nothing can wall, like non-grass, not Zeraora, and Dracovish, and even Rotom-Heat, which is extremely hard to beat. Even Rotom-Heat can muscle past Seismitoad though with Toxic. Like, Rotom-Heat beats everything, but yeah, Seismitoad is amazing. It's a very easy mon to use. Sometimes you just feel like it's the only mon worth going with. Look at this, I got like so many Seismitoad teams in a row. Because a lot of times this truly does feel like the only mon to go with. Plus, this metagame is so brainless that this 3-mon core you're looking at right now is so good and literally lets you get away with running anything. Obviously, I can get away with running something stupid like Surfetch plus Pangoro, which is definitely a mediocre offensive combo. I definitely get a better results out of running something else. But I can get away with that because this 3-mon balance core is just so brainless and easy to abuse and is able to check so much. Wish Clef is able to, you know, pass to Seismitoad and Corviknight with ease, and together they just wall everything. And that's the thing. Seismitoad, while its stats might not be the best, it just has the unique characteristics to take on some of the worst, most annoying mons in the metagame. Plus, it has access to Stealth Rock, and it has access to Knockoff. So it's just like, it's just a good defensive mon, man. Toad is never leaving top 10. Like I don't know. Like, this mon is top 4. This is nuts. This mon is never leaving. And like, I knew that from the beginning. It's never leaving. As long as Fish is around, it's not leaving. Maybe June DLC will give us something that like stops the use of Fish, but it won't. So as long as like Fish is around and stuff, like Toad is never going anywhere. So Toad at 26%, number 4 is a given. It's just the fact that it's only below the big 3, which is obviously Clef, Corviknight, and Dragapult, is just beyond me. I mean, back in February it was the 5th most used, but still, mate, it's just like, what's going on, man? What's going on? Whatever. Good job, Seismitoad. You should be an A+ rank. You got shafted. Okay, Zeraora at 26%. So Zeraora has gone down from March usage, it looks like. 26% is quite a bit though. Still, I mean, how's it doing ladder? 30, almost 34% in tournament. This is tournament stats. And then and then ladder, it has 26%. Oh, right, we just looked. I'm so stupid. Anyway, so Zeraora, well, I want to at least kind of see like, oh, these are just 1695. This is once the ladder hits 1700, these are the stats, which is really nice. Yeah, I mean, Zeraora is amazing. I think we're in a current metagame where I always favor running Play Rough and Grass Knot. Bulk Up is like a really situational set. Sometimes it's amazing and it sweeps, and sometimes you play against Hippo at number 13 in usage, which is disgusting as well, but we'll get to that. Zeraora, yeah, it's just good. It's the fastest mon in the metagame, which is huge. It was the one thing that they brought to like check Dragapult, even though Dragapult owns it and has more usage. But dude, Zeraora is just good. Like, this is a set, bulk up 3 attack. This is what everybody spams. However, I really like Grass Knot and Play Rough to snipe Kommo-o and the Grass Knot for Hippo and Seismitoad, obviously. Both are great sets. Definitely had a lot of success with each. I've only used Banded one time, but I don't like Banded. I only like Life Orb and bulk up leftovers. Could probably get away with Expert Belt. I know my boy NJMP put me onto that. But yeah, Zeraora is definitely in this because it's just one of those mons that's so easy to clean up with. It's so easy to clean up with. While its stat distribution isn't like the best barring speed, its attack is workable, and I mean it's not bulky, but pure electric typing is able to at least switch into some mons. Like Corviknight, for example, is walled. You're able to kind of check Clefable because Moonblast doesn't 2-hit KO. So it's like, you know, it can take a hit. You can take a hit, and it's strong enough to fire. But you know what I mean? Like it's good. It does, you know, run into some problems. It is weak, but it's a great glue mon. It's very fast. Plasma Fist knockoff close combat coverage is really great versus like every team. No team can really take that for the most part, right? So Zeraora is great, but there are sometimes you run into, you know, matchups where this thing is garbage. Like if you play me and my defensive Venusaur, so watch out. But Zeraora very deserving of slot 5 and an A+ viability rank. Excadrill at 23%. Yeah, dude, Drill just gets more annoying as every metagame with every month. Like, you know, what's its usage here? 16th in tournament meta. Wow. 16th in tournament meta with just a 14% usage rate. Meanwhile in ladder it says 23%, so almost 9% more. Quite interesting. Maybe that's because Excadrill is an easy to use spinner, or because HO hyper offense teams are so much more prominent on ladder than they would be in a tournament metagame, which is true. However, hyper offense is extremely good in Sword and Shield, and not considering that in tournament metagame is kind of stupid in my opinion. Like, I mean, I'm not saying people don't use HO or hyper offense in tournament. They do. This is just looking at the Smogon Tour statistics for this season in Sword Shield OU. But it's pretty interesting that it's like almost 9% lower, you know? HO is very, very good. Lead Excadrill is one of the best leads, one of the easiest to use. You guys, like, I don't have to tell you. You've seen my videos. I use a lead Excadrill team at least like twice a week because it's just so good. And it's just a great like hyper offense necessity. But yeah, Drill at 23% is good. It's still good on sand teams. It can sweep so easily. A lot of teams have taken to running Rock Slide just because it's nice to snipe Corviknights and Rotom-Heat. So I do respect that. But yeah, that's pretty good. 23% makes sense. Still does get like checked by Corviknight with body press quite easily. Hippo tanks, a lot of priority from Conkeldurr, Bisharp, stuff like that. But all in all, it's like one of the best removers. And I mean, we've seen this trend in Gen 8 for a while. People run teams with no ground resist like routinely, and it's just ridiculous. Teams can't beat Moldbreaker Excadrill for the most part. If you don't have a Corviknight, you probably don't have a ground resist, which is usually how teams go these days. Like, if you don't have a Corviknight, you usually don't have a solid switch to Exca unless you have Hippo. Like, you can only have one of those two, or you're gonna lose to Life Orb Excadrill, or not lose, but you'll lose a mon at least if your opponent's not trash. So Excadrill 23% makes sense. I could even see Excadrill going to top 5 and switching places with Zeraora by next shift, depending on what happens, you know? I wouldn't be surprised. But yeah, Ferrothorn 22. Ferrothorn is very annoying. We can see a Rose in usage, which is cool. We can see all these guys Rose. Ferrothorn 22 is interesting. I feel like in tournament meta it has way more usage. Oh no, 15% less. Okay. And in viability it's definitely, oh, it's A rank. Okay. Ferrothorn, how do I feel about this guy? Because I really don't use him much. I just feel like in general with Ferrothorn, you don't get a lot of opportunities to Leech Seed and sit there, besides against Corviknight and Pex, which, don't get me wrong, is great. I have only used Max Fizz-Def Ferrothorn with Helmet this metagame, like the last couple months, because it's the best switch into Dracovish. You switch into Fidget Ren, Bandit is a 3 KO, Scarf is a 4 KO, so if they stay in, they'll kill themselves to Rocky Helmet plus Iron Barbs, which is great. So you basically have a fish counter without attacking it, which is the best case scenario if you're not using Seismitoad or Vaporeon. But I don't know about Ferrothorn, man. It's like Corviknight's everywhere, and while you do annoy Corviknight really hard with Leech Seed knockoff body press, like, this is about as good as you can get. I don't know. It's kind of a tough choice. I do love how good Ferrothorn is at pivoting. Like, teams can be so weak to Zeraora, but you can just switch Ferrothorn into Plasma Fist, and then close combat does like 50%. You can just kill him with knockoff and body press. This thing is strong. 224 base like attack is like very strong for a mon defense. I don't know how this thing has 94 base attack. It's crazy. But Ferrothorn's really, really good. It's always good. Like, it just is what it is. I mean, the fact of the matter is that Dracovish is the main water type and is still so strong that it can beat Ferrothorn in some situations, like Rain Bandit. But for the most part, you know, Ferrothorn has a game on lock. It's still good. But I mean, I'm just looking through some of this stuff. The fact that it runs knockoff and body press is pretty awkward sometimes because you end up getting walled by, you know, water types like Seismitoad Zeraora. You end up getting walled by Clefable, which will use you to unlimitedly wish. Spike's Ferrothorn is used still, but I don't really see that need for it just because Corviknight defogs so easily, so I feel like it's a waste of time to put up multiple spikes. Dedicating 2 Mons, 1 to rocks and 1 to spikes, in my opinion, is really kind of crazy in this metagame, just because Corviknight probably shuts down both of them. So that's just how I see it. So yeah, Ferrothorn, I only really use rocks, but it's a great Mon, always worth using. Dracovish at number 8 going up. Dude, Fish came back hard in the last month. I don't know why. But yeah, the thing is still cheap, still takes no skill to use, still a dishonest Pokemon. So get all that stuff out of my system. This is the set to run. Adamant Scarf. I don't run Jolly Scarf. I want power. I don't care. I'd rather lose a speed time than lose. I don't understand what comes between 373 speed and 409. I mean, there's got to be something, but I don't know. I mean, mainly with Dracovish, you're only clicking Fish's Rend anyway. You'll click the occasional Crunch or Psychic Fangs versus like what? Jellicent, Dragapult, and like Toxapex. Outrage is just there to hit Seismitoad for 30%. Basically, if you have to click anything besides Fish's Rend at any point, your Dracovish probably sucks in the matchup. But this thing can always get through it. I know this team has a Berserker, so it's not the best indicator of a good Dracovish team, but it's pretty obvious what a good Dracovish team is at this point. Just put it on Rain, put it with Teleport, put it with lots of U-turn. It's not hard to use. But yeah, Fish, it does only one thing. It runs Scarf and it runs Band. All the other sets garbage. Don't run Sub, don't run Rest Talk, whatever. Don't run any of that. Just run Scarf or run Band. That's it. Both are amazing. Okay, so you can see here it has 19th usage at 8%. So 19th in usage, 8%. Here, 8th in usage with 19%. That's pretty funny. It's like a flip. That's very interesting. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe people like it more on ladder meta because it's easy to use Scarf and invalidate a lot of the teams you see. But the thing is, Smogon Tour metagame is literally the ladder, which is why this is so interesting. It's interesting to see what, I guess, like the tournament scene sort of thinks of the metagame as a whole, how they kind of view it. Because in essence, Smogon Tour literally is like the ladder. You just play a bunch of live games versus whoever decides to sign up. It could be anybody. So it is ladder players a lot of time too. So it's just interesting to see the discrepancies, even though they're quite similar formats. Obviously, the ladder is like millions of games as opposed to Smogon Tour, which is like thousands. But still, it's interesting to compare the sample sizes, even if they're of like different amounts. But yeah, I'm going to just gloss over Fish. Basically, this thing is the reason Seismitoad is so high up in usage. Also, why Dragapult and Zeraora are high in usage, because they outspeed Fish, even if it has a Scarf. Yeah, this thing is stupid. I think it's a really unfun mod to play against, bottom line. I mean, I use it occasionally, but I really don't use it that much. Just because it's just like, it's just not that fun to use anymore. It was really cool in the beginning to me when it was KOing Pex. In the beginning, like, that was just so epic because we all know how Pex obliterated Generation 7. But it's just like, I'll be in my feelings now, bro. No offense, but it's okay. Dracovish, I still think you're a very handsome on. You know, very, very handsome on. But it just is what it is. It's time to part ways, bro. It's time to part ways. I had a good time with you. You gave me one of my best videos ever. This shit got so many views, seriously. I think it got me 1,000 subs too. I'm done. Alright, next, number 9, Aegislash. 17.76%, 1776, USA. Anyway, down in usage from March. Okay. Aegislash. So right off the viability would tell us that. Oh, also, this is crazy. Dracovish at A- here. However, it's still 8th in usage. I think it's A+. I don't know though. Tournament meta tells a different story. But yeah, Aegislash at A+. Yeah, I mean, it's Aegislash. It's amazing. It's an amazing mon. I've seen a lot of Kommo-os lately, and tournament meta having this shit at 30% usage is disgusting. Aegislash is pretty annoyed by Kommo-o because it can switch into Shadow Ball, and you don't want to click Flash Cannon most of the time. You want to click Spec Shadow Ball because it hits more on average. Like, everything in this top 10 gets like 2-hit KO by Specs Aegislash, to give you an idea. And like, none of them can OHKO it back besides Dracovish and Life Orb Excadrill. So Aegislash is the GOAT of 1v1ing people. I think SD Balloon and SD Life Orb and SD literally anything are still amazing sets. Swords Dance is great. Still able to destroy. I know Hippo has gone up in usage, but it still doesn't matter. It's still able to take that stuff on. Bandit is decent, but I don't like Bandit in a metagame with physically defensive Pex. Shadow Quality does 30%. If you crit, you still need 2 crits in a row, and Rocks Up, it's just impossible. Specs is still insane. Nearly broken. Because Mandibuzz has gone down in usage. Subtoxic is like not that good because Clef walls you. Even Corviknight walls you. So I don't think Subtoxic is good, but I think Swords Dance and Choiced are amazing. I don't really have any teams here because, again, like I said, I lost my team builder, so I only have like random stuff. But yeah, this is a spec set you run. This is the 4-move spec should run. Shadow Ball, Flash Cannon, Shadow Sneak, Toxic. That's it. So Toxic is just to hit stuff on the switch like Kommo-o that could switch into Shadow Ball repeatedly. That way, you put a timer on it. But yeah, Ghost Spam in general. This is an old Swords Dance Aegislash team. This is back when I used to run Scope Lens. I don't think Scope Lens is that good because I don't think my luck is that good. I don't crit too much. So I think Balloon is better in most like situations. But yeah, Aegislash is a classic mon. I think it's amazing that we've come to a point in a generation where Aegislash can be OU. It didn't just get auto banned like it did in 6 and 7. I mean, it didn't get auto banned in 6. It lived for 6 months, but in Gen 7 it got auto banned. But this is pretty nice. It's not broken. It's just chilling. Moving on. So the last of the top 10, Rotom-Heat up from the rejects into the top 10 Hall of Fame. You guys already know. I think Rotom-Heat is incredible. Incredible. It is one of the best mons ever in this metagame. And in Gen 8 for a while, I feel like I've been saying this for a while. Rotom-Heat is capable of beating every single mon that could, in a sense, counter it. Literally every single mon it can beat. That should counter it. Seismitoad, it can beat. Dragapult, it can beat. Hydreigon, like it beats everything with the combination of just Nasty Plot, Dual Stab, and Pain Split. Personally, I like Discharge more than Volt Switch. Volt Switch is great, don't get me wrong, but Discharge is amazing because it lets you hit Dragapult, it lets you hit Dracovish, it lets you hit Hydreigon and fish for a para, Kyurem, stuff like that. It's just really nice. T-Tar on the switch, Tarak. There's a lot of stuff that'll switch into Rotom-Heat, and because you know unboosted Rotom-Heat is obviously weak. It's not capable of 2-hit KOing many mons in the game at all. But when you're able to paralyze stuff like even Clef, stuff like that, it's really nice. But Volt Switch is still good. But yeah, the set I'm talking about is Nasty Plot, Dual Stab, and the last move is either Will-O-Wisp, Toxic, or Pain Split. Toxic is better than Will-O-Wisp right now, in my opinion, but Will-O-Wisp is still great, and then Pain Split's also great. This is such an amazing set, seriously. It just sticks around forever with heavy duty boots. This is the team I use the most, by the way, my boy FLCL's Sand team. So this is the team I use the most with it. Toxic, Overheat, Discharge, Nasty Plot, Max HP, close to max speed, with Wish, Teleport, Clef. This thing, these two together is like just an incredibly broken combo. Truly an incredibly broken combo. I mean, look, this is the same set. Max HP, close to max speed, and then heavy duty boots. This one has Pain Split, that one has Toxic. It just depends on what you need on the team. So this one has Pain Split in combination with Wish, Protect, Clef, which is probably a little bit overkill. I think a team like this would benefit more from having Toxic Rotom. But yeah, I mean, it's just great, dude, because it's able to destroy all the fat mons. It's able to destroy all the fat mons. Clefable, destroyed by Rotom-Heat. Corviknight, obliterated. Ferrothorn, beaten. Sand Excadrill, if it doesn't have Rock Slide, beaten. Seismitoad just takes a Toxic and then loses to you long term. You wall Zeraora. Dragapult can't OHKO. Fish, beats you. Aegislash, you beat easily. Like, it's good. Hippo, loses to you unless it's Toxic. And again, Toxic doesn't matter because you can always wish from your Clef back to it. That's why stuff like Toxic has not been as good as it was before. Pex loses. Kommo-o, again, you Toxic it, and then you can beat it over time. Kommo-o does hit you pretty hard with Body Press, but I've beaten it many times with Rotom-Heat, as you guys have seen. And in just general, looking at the rest of the rejects, Rotom-Heat is the GOAT of just being able to whittle its counters. No mon can really counter this thing. Stuff like having a Seismitoad does not protect you. It is a short-term check, but if your opponent's good, it does not protect you. I've blown through so many Seismitoads because you hit it with a Toxapex the first. I mean, you hit it with Toxic the first time. Nasty on the switch, overheat for 50%, etc., etc. Oh, Seismitoad's gone. Oh, snap! I just wish past to my Rotom. It's back at 90%. You lost. Rotom is amazing, amazing. I wonder what its tournament viability is, or what its usage in tournament is. What is this? Where is that? Rotom-Heat 12th with 17% usage. So pretty similar, yeah, makes sense. It's really good. 11th Hydreigon. So I feel like this guy went down. I don't know though, but either way, he's still good. I feel like people have sort of like stopped using it as much. I don't know why, because I feel like Nasty Plot is still like incredibly good. I don't know if it's better than the top 10, so I do kind of get it, but Dark type and Ghost type is still broken offensively. Nasty Plot Hydreigon is still stupid. Like, look at the top 10. They'll get murked by Hydreigon. Right? +2 Life Orb, Flash Cannon, destroys Clef. You can still Wish Pass easily with your Teleport Clef, so you don't got to worry about your Hydreigon losing HP. Corviknight gets bodied by +2 Dark Pulse or Fire move. Dragapult can't switch in and can only click Draco versus you. Toad is clipped. Zeraora beats you pretty easily but can't switch in. Drill dies. Ferrothorn dies if you're a fire move. But if you're only dark move, it lives +2 and can kind of kill you with body press. So Ferrothorn's actually not that bad. Fish can't switch in but can kill you with outrage. But if Fish has to outrage, then it's screwed. Aegislash, and the Rotom loses for the most part to Hydreigon, unless it like discharge pairs or whatever. I don't know. Hydreigon's good. I mean, it always does what it always does. I'm just interested in these usage stats in tournament too. How do people see this thing? 10th. See, it's even above Rotom. 10th with 20% usage. Do you see that? 10th with 20% usage. So that's above Rotom-Heat. Like that's such high usage. Above Dracovish, above Aegislash, above all of them. So in tournament meta, you can see Hydreigon is way more valued, which I can see why. It's extremely good. Hydreigon sits at a good speed tier. It's very, very strong. Specs is okay, but not really, because Clef is everywhere. If you don't run a team with Clef, your Hydreigon will always put in work. That's really all you gotta say. If you don't run into Clef, and it's rare you won't run into Clef, because as we saw, it has damn near 50% usage. So it's literally a coin flip if you run them on like Specs Hydreigon. Every other game it'll be useless, so that's not worth it. That's why I don't think, literally, like it's just math. If the usage stats say Clef is nearly 50% usage, that means you or your opponent's running Clef, right? So I don't know. But either way, yeah, don't think Specs is worth it. Scarf's okay, but Life Orb is the shit with Nasty Plot. I've even seen Roost 3 attack. Me and Jam played that in that video, but the Nasty Plot is amazing. It's just good. It's just solid. Hydreigon has the bulk to do it. Thanks to this disgusting wish passing metagame, it can afford to stay in and take Will-O-Wisps and Toxics and continue to Nasty Plot. And it's like GSC in this bitch. Okay, anyway. Bisharp, number 12. This makes me so happy you have no idea. The GOAT deserves to be number 12. It should be top 10, but whatever. This thing is ridiculous. Ridiculous. Nothing can beat this besides Kommo-o consistently, and Kommo-o can get flinched because it's always slower. I guess Helmet Hippo is pretty good too, but yeah, this thing is a menace. It just does what it always does. +2 knockoff, Sucker Punch, Iron Head. Even nerfing Sucker Punch over the years has not been enough to stop this thing. One of my most used mons recently. This is all you need. I run Black Glass. I don't run Life Orb for the most part. I run Black Glass. And I always run Adamant too. I don't run Jolly. But yeah, this thing is just good. I mean, nothing resists Dark. Look at the top 10. They all die at +2. If I had an SD Bisharp and top 10 was a team, as in they had 10 mons versus my one Bisharp, I would win. If I SD'd on Clefable turn 1 and it didn't kill me, I'd literally just win. Like, how would I lose? Yeah, okay, I guess if Rotom-Heat has Wisp, but you know what I mean? Like, all these mons are capable of dying at +2, which is the point I'm trying to get across. Yeah, Bisharp does what it always did. I wonder what it is in here. B+. I mean, yeah, that's fair, but I think it's A-. I think it is better than Gengar and stuff. It's better than Jirachi. Tournament-wise, it has 12th in usage in tournament. No, I'm sorry, that's not tournament. Tournament-wise, it's 15th with 14% usage. Okay, not bad. But yeah, Bisharp is a GOAT. It's just a GOAT, and I don't think it belongs in A-. So going back to the viability rankings real quick, I think Bisharp should be up. Yeah, I can understand why they don't want to with stuff like Conk and Tarak and Seismitoad, which seemingly check it. Plus A rank in theory beats Bisharp, but no, Bisharp is really good. It's a GOAT. It's a GOAT, man. Hippowdon number 13. So this thing, oh my god, I knew this thing was gonna go to the top of the ranks when it beat me in SPL back to back. These dudes bought the same stall team with Hippo and beat me back to back because I kept running like Zeraora and like Incineroar and like shit like that. So they kept using Hippo and swallowing me. Hippo is so annoying. It's so annoying, dude. They got it in B rank here, B+, but I honestly feel like it could be A-, if not even A. Dude, it's so annoying. It walls everything. Seriously. It's just annoying, and it just walls a lot. It's good at keeping the sand around. It's a good tank for the most part. Really hard to deal with. It's just really nice for keeping consistent sand too. People realize Tyranitar is like garbage, and it's awful to try to use Excadrill plus T-Tar, but Excadrill plus Hippo is like so easy and comfortable to use. And plus running Excadrill plus Hippo plus T-Tar is like just so like easy to keep sand up. So yeah, I understand Hippo. I mean, it just does what it does. It sort of checks Bisharp, beats Zeraora completely if it's not Grass Knot, beats Drill. It beats Conk. You can slack off, stall it, you know, so it's cool in that sense. And it can beat some weird random stuff, you know, like Mimikyu, Hawlucha, just random offensive stuff, you know, you see on teams, you know what I mean? Like random, like HO type trash. It's just nice to have that. You know, like if you ran into a Surfetch, for example, your Hippo could take a hit and Revenge Kill with Earthquake. because of the defense drop. So stuff like that. Hippo's just nice for that. So I don't really have much else to say about Hippo. It's pretty obvious, man. 14 big pecs. Big pecs in the A+ rank. In the beginning of the generation, I thought pecs was pretty medium. It's not that good. It's just average. Now, it's quite clear to me that it's amazing. It's back to the top. 14th here, but I bet in tournament meta it's a different story. Yup, 9th in tournament meta with 23.4% usage. However, look at this. 57.5% win rate. 57.5% win rate. And if you look at the rest of the win rates, nothing above that is as high. And even below that, it gets rare until you get to Hippo at 62. These fatties are doing it big, bro. 57 and 62%. But yeah, Pex has way more usage in tournament, which is obvious because in tournament, you know, they're all shook and they want to run Pex. But it's very good. I run Spadef. That's what you got to run. But you can run Fizdef too. Actually, do I run Fizdef? I don't know what I run. Toxic Spikes, Haze, Scald, Recover. I also run straight up just Toxic, and Knockoff is pretty good too. What are my Pexes? I don't really be. What is this set? This is Fizdef, yeah. A lot of like trick in this metagame too, so it's nice to be able to like send back a Black Sludge. That's always comfortable. Yeah, Pexes just does what it always did, man. It's like, it's kind of annoying because like Clef is able to use you as wish fodder. But I mean, Knockoff, Haze is good. Support, Toxic is great. T-Spikes are always good. Can't go wrong with such a mon. Literally cannot go wrong with such a mon. Although I don't find myself using it too much. Maybe I don't like the teams that fits on. Plus 2 water types is awkward. And I don't like running Seismitoad plus Pex. But, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Pex is just not my first choice a lot of times. Sometimes it fits on a team and it's just the right mon to pick. Like here, it was the right mon for the team. And we have 2 water types. But see, look, it worked out. Because Kommo-o could do rocks. And then I'm still able to check Dracovish because I'm max defense Pex. Haze, Toxic, Scald, Recover. Baneful Bunker is great too for dealing with Pex and stuff like that. So yeah. Pex is good. Still able to take on Conkeldurr as well, which is huge, and it's able to tank a hit from Zeraora threatened back. Clef is still, I mean, Pex is still able to do its signature, which is take a hit, any super effective hit in the metagame, and then Scald back or Toxic back, and then switch out and regen it all back. So it's still able to do that, which is why it'll always be one of the best mons ever. 15, Kommo-o. Everyone loves Kommo-o. Like we said, in tournament statistics, it is 4th in usage with 30%, and then in ladder, it's 15th. Huge discrepancy. Interesting to see. Tournament metagame seems to heavily value Kommo-o, thinking it's an amazing rocker worthy of 30% usage, which is pretty outstanding to me. I mean, it's good. Switches into quite a bit. Very easy to send wishes from with Clefable. The thing is, you think, like the way I think of all these defensive mons these days is that they come with random 50% boosts of HP. Like you're throwing super potions at them during the game because it's so easy to wish pass from Clef. I literally am think about all the mons I've talked about. I'm like, oh, well, Rotom-Heat's pretty good because it always gets passed from Clef. Oh, Seismitoad's pretty good because it's so easy to pass from Clef. Hydreigon's so good because it's easy to pass from Clef. It is. Clef is blowing away this metagame. It's destroying this metagame. God damn, like it's disgusting. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Like Clef being able to pass wishes to this thing is really good too. It's able to take a +2 from Excadrill. Body press is very strong. I think Iron Defense is also a pretty great set. It has Taunt, so that's pretty nice too. In general, Kommo-o is really good. Really good. Really hard to beat. And if you don't have Player of Zeraora, you're useless. Iron Defense is good. Taunt's good. Setup is very good. Belly Drum is really scary in some situations. Clanger Soul is pretty bad. Never lost to it for the most part. But on screens, Kommo-o is a staple for a lot of screens teams. So, yeah, not much else to say. It kind of sucks that it's a special set. My favorite with Flamethrower and Clanging Scales doesn't really get used too much anymore. But Belly Drum and Dragon Dance are still amazing, as is Defensive. So there's that. Conkeldurr, the next fighting type right below it. Still doing what Conk always does. Guts with the only 4 attacks it should run. Drain Punch, Mach Punch, Facade, Knockoff. I mean, it's still good. I don't know why people have stopped using it as much. Oh, this is an old Pokemon home team with Earthquake. Yeah, damn. Because I lost my teams. But yeah, I mean, Conk's in A rank here. Makes sense. It's able to kill everything, which is the big thing to say. I mean, if Corviknight has Brave Bird, it's pretty easy to check Conkeldurr, but you smoke Clef. The only problem is you're slow on Conkeldurr, which means you should run a lot of speed. Do not run 0 speed Conkeldurr. Trust me, do not run that. That's not an agency set. Do not run it 0 speed. put enough speed in there to hit 189 or 190, which is quite a few EVs. I think it's more than 100, but that is the set to run, trust me, because you want to outspeed Clef and other stuff in that 189 ballpark. Run 190 speed on your Conkeldurr, trust me. So don't run 0 speed, because you don't want to lose to Spadef Clef, which you would normally one-hit KO with like knockoff plus facade. But yeah, that's just my little rant, because I always run Clef with 0 speed, and I think, oh, I'm about to lose to Conk, and then I outspeed the Conk, and I'm like, dude, why are you running him on with max attack and not even putting a little bit of speed? So that's what you got to know. Put speed in Conkeldurr. But yeah, Conk is able to obliterate the defensive teams. The thing is, the reason it's 16th is because it's able to lose to a lot of these mons too. Pex and Hippo wallet for the most part, Facade doesn't do a KO these guys if they're Fizz Def. And then you're taking burn damage plus sand damage in Hippo's case, and then Pex, can just alternate between Baneful Bunker and Recover. And you can't even recover versus Pex, because you're never drain punching Pex. At least Hippo you can kind of drain punch, but Earthquake still does a lot. So those mons are able to deal with it. I mean, its Mach Punch is still good for Kyurem, Hydreigon Drill, so I'm not saying anything bad about that. I mean, Conk's amazing. It just does the same thing it always did. There's not really much variation to talk about with such a mon. Its usage here is probably low, 20th, 8%. It's not that different. Still good. Still easy to pass wishes from with Clef. Still defensive enough to take a hit, but you do got to run a lot of speed, which does mean that it's less able to tank a hit. Still great though. Kyurem at 17th. Kyurem hype has died down a little bit. Nasty mon. Metagame is adapted because now Clef has nearly 46% usage, and Max Spadef Clef can take 2 Specs Ice Beams from Kyurem. Every single Kyurem in this game is Specs. Occasionally they'll run Scarf, which is garbage, and they'll run Dragon Dance, which is also garbage. Dragon Dance actually maybe has viability, but I'm pretty sure it's trash. Actually no, Dragon Dance with Self Protect, Icicle Spear, making use of pressure is probably good. Anyways, Specs is the best set. It's still amazing. You can still beat Clef pretty easily if you knock it off / freeze it. And if you are able to beat Clef with Kyurem, then nothing else in the game can beat it, because everything loses to Specs Ice Beam. Like everything, unless you bring like Frostmoth. I don't know, but yeah, this whole metagame loses to Specs, Freeze Dry, and Ice Beam. Jirachi can Earth Power. Melmetal doesn't exist anymore. Like, they all lose. So, but in theory, Kyurem 6-0s your team, right? But that's never how it goes, I've realized. It's hard to always pick the right move. As long as Clef has nearly 50% usage, what are you going to do when it can always just switch in? Even Corviknight's not 2 KO'd, and it takes your Ice Beam PP, which is only 16, which is only 8 versus Corviknight, so you don't even get a lot of chances. Freeze Dry is a pretty bad stab move to spam because it's only 70 base power. So you're not OHKOing anything. So I do understand why Kyurem dropped in usage. It's good, but it does have its limitations, and those need to be acknowledged. It does have limitations. A rank, yeah, still makes sense. Mandy at 18th. So Mandy at 18th is kind of sad. You guys know I'm a huge Mandibuzz spammer. I find it to be very, very good. One of the most effective mons for me personally. My boy Gene loves to use it. The set I be spamming for the most part. I usually run Spadef. I don't really like Fizz Def for the most part. Spadef is better for tanking Hydreigon and Dragapult, being able to U-turn for free. This one's knockoff for Clef and Seismitoad, which makes sense. This team is pretty weak to Seismitoad. But Foul Play is also very, very good for Excadrill. I really like Mandibuzz. 18th in usage is fine. I think it's really, really good. It's one of those mons that no matter what its place in usage is, it'll always have a place on my teams, I think. Or like the teams I prefer using. I think Mandibuzz, because I just think Mandibuzz is great. It's very fast. U-turn is great support. Knockoff is a great support move. It's good at defogging. It's able to beat mons that can hit it super effectively, like a Rotom and Clefable for days. Beating 2 of the premier dragons in terms of Dragapult and Hydreigon is huge too. It's just effective at what it does. Stats are amazing. Ability is amazing too with Overcoat. Yeah, big fan of Mandibuzz. Don't got much to say about it. Tournament wise, it's 11th with 17%, nearly 18%. I like that, but less than half of them won, as you can see. Only 47% won. Whatever. Mandibuzz is still GOAT. 47% won, but I win with them like 85% of the time, so whatever. Melmetal at 19th, RIP. What I thought about Melmetal? I don't know if it was broken. I think it was way worse when they retested it than when they first banned it. When they first banned it, it was obviously broken, but now it's like, not obviously broken, but it was way more broken. Now it's like obviously, like it's on the fence. It was still banned pretty, like with a majority, but I don't know. I don't really care. If it was in the metagame, I wouldn't care that much. But I guess people still wanted it banned. I don't really care about Melmetal. It's good, but it's not even something that I liked using that much. And I thought it was way worse this time around. I'll tell you that. I thought it was way worse this time around. If it was in OU, I really wouldn't have cared. But I guess people wanted it out. Cinderace at 20th. This is a mon that I have been using more and more steadily, and I have started to really appreciate. So my boy Core Change, I know I just called him Cinderace, what, Incineroar, what, Charizard, look, this guy's good. Core Change is good, alright? He's really improved. I know it's B rank here, which is interesting, but he's very, very good. Very, very good. Core Change is a god, dude. I get a lot of mileage out of him. He's very weak, and he always loses to everything, but when you run Banded, you get mileage. So this is the only set I like running. Don't put me on that Core Change. It's garbage. In my opinion, it's garbage. It's just good for occasionally bouncing back rocks, but it's so weak, and it's just not worth my time. This is epic. This is epic. I love Banded. It's extremely strong. Banded Pyro Ball is disgusting, especially in Blaze range. High Jump Kick is a great move too. Lets you like do like nearly 50% to Seismitoad. And just Banded Pyro Ball alongside the Burn Chance. It does have low PP, but it's still really, really good. I really like Banded Cinderace. I think everyone should try it out. It's very, very fun to use too. You'd be surprised at just how strong that thing is. I think it's very good. I know in usage stats here, it probably has no usage. Oh, 21 with 7%. Not bad. Togekiss. I'm just kind of run through these now. Well, the usage for these guys, I mean, Togekiss 21. I only run choice sets now, but I still run Nasty Plot occasionally. But I like choice sets more. Like Scarf. What is this? Plot? Scarf. Scarf's good for hacking through. Running hella Scarf these days, huh? I still have some Nasty Plot, Sub Nasty Plot, Flamethrower, Air Slash is an amazingly broken set and the most effective set. Able to completely dominate Clef, Corviknight, Dragapult, Seismitoad type teams, just dominate them. And I think that's pretty good. Scarf is also good. Scarf has lost viability just because Corviknight's on every team and Clef and Pex are on every team too, so Scarf's not as good. I think Specs is whatever, definitely trash compared to Nasty Plot. Nasty Plot will always have a place in the metagame. It's always good. It's always a complete balance killer. Yeah, I completely co-signed Togekiss. It's great. Cloyster. Oh, why is my boy at 22? So this thing was like the original Dracovish a couple months ago when I was like, yeah, Cloyster's lame. If you use Cloyster, you're lame. But it's really dropped down in usage. I mean, it's still amazing. I don't know why it's dropped so much. Maybe people aren't flinching as much. Maybe Sucker Punch and Mach Punch are scaring it out. I don't really know. I still find myself getting my ass beat by Cloyster quite a bit. King's Rock still gave it 40% flinch. I don't know what changed. I don't see anything in the top 10 beating this thing if it shell smashes. Like, you know, do you see anything else? I mean, maybe Aegislash, but if you flinch it, it dies. So the rest of these just get folded by Icicle Spear, and then Rotom gets Rock Blasted. So I don't really know why it dropped. Maybe people have found it harder to set up. Maybe people have gotten bored of using it. Maybe it's just not been as effective lately. I don't know. If I look at some of my teams, would I lose to Cloyster? I mean, I could. I mean, it's not even about like getting 6-0'd. It's just that it can still put in a lot of work. Plus, it can flinch. I don't know. 22 seems kind of low. It's better than shit like, I don't know. Maybe it is 22. I don't know. It's weird. It's better than Cinderace. Okay, 23 to 26 is a bunch of stuff that was goats at one point. Mew was like Uber at one point. Gengar, T-Tar, Gods of OU, Tarak nearly broken at one point, and now they're all shit. Literally Mew, I only use the lead set with Taunt, Stealth Rock Spikes, and then Explosion or Flare Blitz. It's a good set. Cosmic Power Body Press. This shit is cheap. Wins some games, it's useless other games, but yeah. These are basically the only sets you see on Mew. Some people run defensive defog on Stall, but that shit is lame. Gengar, I only see Nasty Plot, Scarf, and Specs. They're all good. They're literally all good. But it's not as good as Aegislash and Dragapult. That's literally all I'm gonna say. I don't run Gengar because it's not as good as the other two. That's it. T-Tar sucks. And I want to say one thing. Everybody on Smogon who's crying and saying that Joey saying save Tyranitar manipulated usage. Oh my god, you actually have to be brain dead. Like, I know Smogon full of brain deads, but holy cow. Bro, the save Tyranitar thing was said for like 8 days at the end of a month of tiering. And Tyranitar had 7% usage. 7% usage or something stupid, didn't it? Yeah. How much did it have? Well, this is tour. Never mind. But it had 7% usage, what I'm saying. No one person in 8 days on YouTube videos that each get max 30 to 40 to 50k views could manipulate usage and make it 7% in a few days. Just stop, bro. But people are the dumbest shit. Anyway, T-Tar sucks, but it still has 7% usage, which is quite a bit because it's way too good for UU. It's never going to UU, I think. It's never going to UU. It just won't happen. It just won't happen, dude. That's what I realized. There's just no way. No matter how bad it is, it's never going to be bad enough to go to UU. That's what I realized. Bottom line is it's never going. Tarak, it's okay. Banded and Life Orb are pretty good. Scarf's probably dog shit. But Banded and Life Orb are pretty good. Pelipper, I think Pelipper is amazing on rain. On rain. It's all it does is bring rain. It's amazing with Specs, and it's amazing on geared rain teams, like with Dracovish and stuff. You can also run the defensive set, but sometimes Specs is good standalone too, just going for Weather Balls and Hurricanes. Hatterene, I've warmed up to Hatterene. I've been using it. I think it's great. I can see why people don't like it with like Iron Head, Specs Shadow Ball, Aegislash, Dracovish, all that stuff, but it's not bad. I mean, it's able to take the hit pretty well. This is a set I run. Hold on. Let me find the hat team. This is a set I run. Nearly max physical defense, low speed, Calm Mind 3 attack. Just a normal set. It's really good. It's very strong even with minimal special attack invest. It's really, really good. I have a lot of success using Hatterene these days. So, yeah. 28th usage, I'd say it's better than everything in 23 through 26. That might seem like a hot take to some people, but yeah, I think Hatterene's better than Mew, Gengar, Tyranitar, and Tarak. Jirachi at 29th. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not feeling it. I don't think it's that good. I used Spadef, which was actually really good. Spadef was really good. But as a whole, I understand it being at 29th. I don't think it's better than anything else. Hawlucha at 30. Hyper Offense Staple. Sky Attack, Close Combat, Acrobatics SD is very, very good. Very, very good. I think this at 30 is pretty interesting. People maybe just don't like it for their HO, but I don't know. Me and CTC and Joey all seem to really like it. So, yeah. Mimikyu at 31, still dog shit. Grimmsnarl at 32. Screens are good, but it's not good. Keld at 33, super mid. And then Ditto at 34. I think Ditto went down to UU because its usage went down so much. I guess it's hard to get a lot of benefit out of Ditto when nobody clicks Dragon Dance or anything like that anymore, and instead all they click is Wish, Protect, and Defog and Toxic. Literally nothing Dragon Dances or like does anything like Gyarados isn't even seen in this top 34. Like, it's just gone. You know what I mean? There's no Dragonite or Salamence or anything. Dragapult DDs, but like, you know, it's like Ditto's not even used to counter HO, which is very prevalent in the metagame. So it's interesting. That's basically this usage stats recap. Looking at viability, I'll kind of gloss over that, see what I don't agree with. So we'll start at A- because we basically talked about all that. A-. I mean, for the most part, it seems okay. I think Dracovish could go to A. I think Cloyster can stay A-. I think Gengar should go to B+. I think Sylveon should go to B+ as well. I don't know who is using Sylveon. I don't know who thinks this thing is worth using in a metagame with Clef. It'll drop eventually. It didn't even get... It's not even in the usage here, so it's going to drop. It's useless at this point. There's no reason to run Sylveon. Get them out of here. The rest of them, they're okay, whatever. B rank, B+. See, these are interesting, dude, because a lot of these mons are here, and they weren't even, like, they didn't even make it into, like, rankings. Like, look at this. Mamo. Obsta. Interesting. So, how do I feel about Mamo? I think Mamo's amazing. I think Mamo's really, really good. I've had a lot of success with it, with Life Orb and Banded. Personally, I like Banded more. But yeah, coverage is great. Corviknight's really Spadef these days, so Ice Crash does a lot. Banded is to a KO, I think. Plus, Banded knockoff is really nice. Mid-ground lets you snipe Rotom-Heat, and just occasional stuff that tries to switch in, like Ferrothorn, so you can get rid of its item for later. Yeah, I mean, I've had some good success with Memo, so I really don't have many complaints. It's also just good in general for ice sharding big threats, you know, Dragapult, Dragon, Sun, Venusaur. Ice shard is still a strong priority. Can't complain about Hippo. Some Corviknights are more Fizz Dev with Body Press and Iron Head these days for Excadrill and Bisharp. So, you know, that is something to take into account, but I don't know. Mamoswine is still really, really good. Keld, I think I glossed over Keld. I think it's bad, with the exception of Calm Mind. I think it's pretty bad. I don't know. I mean, sometimes it, like, owns your team. Like, if you're running Seismitoad, they can't touch it, and it sets up a sub, and you get swept. I mean, that's happened to me many times. But, like, it's, like, okay. Sometimes it's good, whatever. Obstagoon at B+. I think Obstagoon's a piece of garbage. Sorry. Like, I think Obstagoon has really fallen off in terms of viability and, like, effectiveness. It's not good enough to beat a lot of these guys anymore. It just walled by everything. It's just walled by. It can't kill anything. Even at +2. My facades weren't killing Pex and Hippo, so it's like, what? It's not fast enough. It's not strong enough. It's like, even if you trick away your Flame Orb and it's like, oh, I crippled something, it's not really that good. I don't know. Obstagoon is like, there's a reason it didn't even get usage here. And usage here. And I bet in tournament, its usage is like 1. What is it? Look at it, 47. It's below stuff like Primarina, Darm, and Necrozma. Obstagoon had 29 usages out of like 900 games, 2% usage, 41% win rate. Yeah, 41% rate, because it's a piece of garbage. You bring it out of in 5 games, you'll lose 3 of them. That's what it means. You bring obstacle into a best of 5, you'll lose. That's what it means. Piece of garbage. I'm telling you. Okay, let's see. So, yeah, I don't know. Rotom Wash at B+ is okay. I don't think Rotom Wash is that good, but it's like still defensive enough. Rotom Heat's just superior, so whatever. B ranks. Crawdon, I'm happy Crawdon's here. It still is B rank, even if it didn't get ranked on this. It's still B rank. What's it here? Oh, 50th. What? Still has a better win rate than most. It's this stuff. 54 though. Yeah, Crawdon's amazing. It's a complete stall killer. Just look at any of my vids where I always 6OB with Crawdon. It definitely deserves B rank. Didn't win B rank. I don't know. Seems kind of bad now. Gastro, it's okay. It's not that good to me. I think a lot of mods still destroy it. But it is having a better time in this metagame than it's had in a lot of other metagames, so I understand it. Grimmsnarl at B. I think an offensive Grimmsnarl is really underrated set these days. Fire Punch, Power Whip, stuff like that. I think those kind of techs are really underrated and should be explored. Screens is good, but I really think an offensive Grimmsnarl should be explored. If you have a team with like 4 attack Grimmsnarl or something, send it to me. Sucker Punch, Player Off, Power Whip, Fire Punch. Maybe there's better options though, so think about it. Holucha, SD Sky Attack, like I said, great set. HO staple. Don't have problems with it. Mantine, dog shit. Mantine is going to like UU. This thing is garbage. It's never getting used again now that Metronome is useless. I know that sounds harsh, but that is the cold reality. Even Specs is not that good. Rain in general, I've not seen that much because people are starting to realize, wait, Swift Swim isn't even that worth it. I'd rather just run Specs Pelipper plus Scarf Dracovish, and then I get everything I need out of Rain. And then I can run the occasional Swift Swim Seismitoad if I want to take advantage of the Rain. But yeah, Metronome being nerfed or being like revealed to what its true mechanics were has made Mantine a piece of garbage. Nobody uses it anymore. I haven't even like looked at it since. It's just not good. What's its usage here? Yeah, 38. Okay, not bad. 38th in usage. It's just not worth it anymore, man. Metronome turned it into this huge breaker that could threaten all this fat stuff, but now Wish Protect Clef walls it forever. Corviknight walls it forever. Pex walls forever. So what does it break? Exactly, it doesn't break anything. Necrozma, this one's actually pretty scary under some circumstances. It's very bulky some cases. And if you don't have something to switch into Photon Geyser, Power Gem, and Heat Wave, you can lose. Some situations you Moonlight, and it just gets back to full HP and you can't kill it. But most teams have Toxic or something, or that can scare it out, or like a strong, like, you know, Dark or Ghost type move. I know that's Prison Armor, but still. Necrozma can sweep though, so I understand in B. Primarina in B. I think Calm Mind Primarina is actually decent. Sub Calm Mind and just Calm Mind in general. Specs is not that good, but Calm Mind's okay. It's not B rank though. It's like B minus. Reuniclus, it's pretty bad. B minus. Rotom Cut, it's okay. Keep it in B. And Lax is really good. Lax can be B for sure. B minus rank. Dracozold's, it's okay. CTC has kind of convinced me it's like not terrible, but it's still bad. But yeah, it makes sense in B minus. Gara's good here, I agree. Sigilyph is great here, I agree. Torkoal Venus, I agree as well. Xatu, I don't agree with. I think Xatu's dog shit and should be in Z. C. But the other 5 are great. Torkoal and Venus are very, very good. I'm happy to see Torkoal in B minus. It's very truly a B minus worthy Pokemon. I'm very happy to see that. I think Sigilyph should switch places with Reuniclus and go up to B rank. Even Gyarados has an argument for B rank. It's not bad at all. I don't think it should be in B minus below stuff like Primarina and Mantine. Yeah, Gyarados and Siggy should go up. And Reuniclus should come down and so should Mantine. C rank. Chandelure is better than like everything here. And it's also better than a lot of shit here. And it's even on par with a lot of shit in B+. So I don't know why it's in C rank, but maybe it just hasn't been updated. Either way, yeah, that's big. Chandelure should move up for sure. Ghost Spam and Fire Spam are amazing. Has no reason to be in C rank. Celebi is dog shit. It could be an F rank for all I care. You're never gonna see me use it. It has no viability. Incineroar, pretty okay. It's good with Wish Pass from Clef, but it's not that good. Like, you still lose to a lot of like big stuff. But it's a good Gloomon. Jellicent, it is nice to have a Strength Sap Jellicent, but again, these mons, they're good at walling some stuff, but what do they do? Yeah, it walls Dracovish, but it also loses to every other mon in the metagame, and it can't give the support Seismitoad can. In some situations, it is good with Strength Sap, though. There's always these rare situations with defensive mons where the opponent just can't kill them, you know? So, like, yeah, I say Celebi's bad, but then someone will get into a battle where, like, the opponent has, like, 6 mons that just can't kill Celebi. And they'll be like, oh, Celebi is unwallable, which is true when your opponent brings, like, teams that can't take it. But for the most part, based on usage and stuff, these mons are not viable. Like, if I go to usage statistics here, I bet Celebi has, like, no usage. 14 usages. And 42% win rate. Only was used 14 times at, like, 900 games. Makes sense. Mew, It's okay. I don't think it's C+. I think it's way higher than C+. It's pretty disrespectful to put it here. Easily B- at worst. Melodic, trash. I don't even know why it's in here. That competitive and flame orb stuff or what? No, Melodic is garbage. Mimikyu, C+. That's fair. Pelipper, C+. Yeah, could be C-. I think it is. Not C-. Sorry, it could be B-. Rhyperior at C+. Yep. Toxapex C+. Toxapex should be B-. It's better than Draco's ult. I think Rhyperior, Pelipper, and Toxapex could all be B-. C- rank. Avalugg. I mean C rank Avalugg. I don't see it enough. It's probably like okay. I don't know. Scorch. It's alright. It's not it's like kinda good because Fire Lash drops defense, which like racks up. And it's really bulky. And Hornleech is good. Like it's not bad, dude. Scorch is honestly not bad. It could be C+. Darm could very easily be C+ as well to B-. It's insane on Sun teams. Don't even need to be on Sun teams. Bandit in general is a good breaker. Yeah, it's a good mon. It should be higher than C rank. Hacks. I've been using Hacks extensively, as you guys have seen, and I can confidently say that I think it's very bad. Yeah, after running Scarf and Band and SD. But I don't even think it's C rank. I think it's C+. Seriously. For as bad as it was, I did have some success with Scarf, so I don't know. Ninetales Alola could be C+, because Fail's pretty good. Ludicolo C. I feel like it's garbage. I feel like it should be even lower. Pikamuku. This thing belongs in C. It's extremely hard to kill. Rybone B. Yeah. Yeah, it's good at putting up the web. Quite efficient. Surfetched. So I used Surfetched recently, and I mean, it's good. Scrappy close combat's awesome because nothing gets switched into it, but it's really hard to like win with. Plus, it's walled by Pex, which, you know, has pretty good ladder usage at 14th and has incredible tournament usage at 8 at 9th. So it's kind of hard to justify running Surfetched when it literally cannot beat that mon whatsoever. It's also slow and frail, but it does have priority, and it can threaten Clef. So I don't know. It's fine in C. Vaporeon at C. Vaporeon could honestly be C+. Vaporeon has gotten a little bit worse, but still really good. I still like Wish Pass. Weavile. Yeah, it's okay. Bandit knockoff is Bandit knockoff. C-, we got a bunch of rejects. Araquanid. I don't use it. I don't like Sticky Web from Araquanid. Arcanine. Defensive was very good when I used it. I have not used it recently, but I couldn't see it being bad. It still looks like, literally looking at my teams, it still looks like it shut. Look at this Braviary team. This should we get 6-0 by Arcanine. Literally get 6-0 by Arcanine lead. Literally could not beat Arcanine lead. I'd stay in Wisp and Flare Blitz and beat every mon. So yeah, defensive is still a GOAT. Should definitely be C+. Barraskewda, it's okay. It could be C. Copperajah, it's okay. I love Copperajah, but I gotta be realistic. It could easily be C or C+. It's very good mixed attacker. Corsola, annoying but not that good. Diggersby, definitely not down in C-. Should be C+. Dreadnought, no. Durant should be C+. Very good. Quag, could be C. Shedinja, it's okay. Umbreon, garbage. So I kind of sped through at the end, but this vid's an hour long. I mean, I disagree with some of their lower place stuff that should be higher and some of their higher place stuff that should be lowered. But for the most part, A+ and A are pretty good for me, and S. The usage is pretty interesting too, but I hope you guys enjoyed. Long vid, but I really wanted to make another actual OU tier list video. These are always very fun for you to make, and it gives me a good idea of what the metagame looks like going forward. Right now, fingers crossed for Jude meta. Guys, look forward to my vid later today, which will be a very interesting video about Zacian, so don't miss that. I will be streaming later today as well, so don't miss that. Go check out the agency merch. You do not want to miss that. Link in the description. Only here for a limited amount of time, so go check that out, and I'll see you guys soon. Peace.